20-year-old Ayanna Davis, a substitute teacher at Lakeland High School, is now out of a job facing serious charges. She's accused of having sex with one of her male students, who deputies say is 16 years old or younger.
If you're a teacher, you're supposed to teach. You're not supposed to be getting involved with these students like that.
The investigation began back on December 3rd when a student told a school resource officer about a video on Snapchat showing Davis and another student having sex. According to the affidavit, the male victim sent the video to a large number of Lakeland High School football players. When investigators interviewed Davis, she admitted she and the male student had sex at least 4 times, twice at her home and twice at the student's home, while his parents were asleep upstairs.
Like, girl, what is wrong with you? Did you burn through your last 5 brain cells? So she's locked up in the county jail, and I anticipate that's where she'll spend Christmas eating turkey off of a loaf.
When investigators
Okay, time out. So I just have to say that I feel like, at least from the 2 people that have been interviewed in this story so far, it seems like there's a certain level of nonchalantness that is taking place. Clearly the people have voiced that they don't condone this behavior, but I just am getting the sense that they're not taking it quite as serious as if a man sexually assaulted a female student. Like, they're just like, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that, you're supposed to be teaching these kids. Like, okay, obviously, but no one's basically saying like, I'm disgusted, I'm outraged, this is completely unacceptable. And even like the police officer right now, he's like, girl, you lost your brain cells. Like, you know, I just feel like they're not taking it as serious as they should. I feel like that is a pretty common thing that happens. People tend to undermine SA when it's like female to male underage situation, and people consider it a lot more predatory when it's a man taking advantage of like a young girl, which I don't think is fair, because I feel like they should both be treated with equal severity. That's just me, but let's get back to this story.
confronted the victim, he initially denied ever having sex with Davis before admitting the two had sex 4 times. In interviews, he says he initiated the relationship when he randomly walked up to her one day. He tells police at first the two just liked each other, but says the relationship turned sexual on October 10th after a football game. As of right now,
that's crazy. Okay, so the little boy, or the 16-year-old boy, he's the one that incited the situation. I guess he was like the person who took the first initial step, but still, what goes on in a person's mind? Granted, the age difference isn't that significant. They said that the woman, the substitute teacher, she's 20, so I guess it's like a 4-year, potentially 3.5-year difference, which isn't astronomical, but still, just, I don't understand what would make her want to like put so much on the line. Obviously she knows it's illegal. She knows it's unethical considering her position in the school system, you know, that she's a teacher or whatever. So I don't know if she's like, is it a weird psychological thing? Like she is turned on by being like a guy's first, you know, sexual experience, or she like just enjoys the thrill of like doing something against the law. I don't know, but it's super disturbing. But let's get back to the story.
Police are still working to track down a copy of this Snapchat video.
We certainly would like for someone to turn it over to us. We know there are copies out there, but they deny it. However, we've talked to multiple witnesses that saw it. So we believe our witnesses.
In a statement, Polk County School Superintendent Frederick Hyde says in part, quote, "We expect substitute teachers to uphold the same high standards of conduct and professionalism as our full-time educators," going on to say the charges against this person are disgraceful and a complete violation of the trust that teachers build with their students.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty interesting situation there. So it's allegedly caught on camera. You know, it was apparently Snapchatted to a bunch of students. And if they don't find this video, it's kind of alarming because a lot of these charges may be dropped and the substitute teacher may be able to get off with just a little slap on the wrist. Of course, she'll probably lose her job because she did admit to doing some things, but without hard evidence, it is very difficult to like pin a case on someone. The legal system has a lot of gray area and a lot of loopholes. So hopefully the video surfaces and they can dish out justice appropriately, and the proper sentencing can occur. But that's all for today's story. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.